Hello fashion designers and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be making corset bra cup. So this is a bra cup that is specifically designed for a corset. These are the two bra cups as you can see. Tell us which bra cup is your favorite. Is it this one or is it this one? My name is Q and this is Q's Beyond Fashion. To make the bra cups we're going to make use of the corset pattern that we drafted some time ago. Today we're focusing on making the bra cup for the corset. If you want to know how we drafted the corset pattern, make sure to watch this video. Now let's get started, shall we? These are the pattern pieces that we are going to be making use of today. These patterns, we are going to be using them for cutting the form. As you can see, they only have a seam allowance along the sides. The seam allowance is 0.5 of an inch. Along the center, there is no seam allowance, and as well as the top part. And we've also prepared pattern pieces for cutting the fabric. For the fabric pattern pieces, we have a seam allowance all around the patterns. The seam allowance is 0.5 of an inch. And then also for piece number 2, we have the same thing. For piece number 3, we have 0.5 seam allowance at the center and also along the sides. But at the top, we have a seam allowance of 3/8 of an inch. And then we have created a fold. It is shown by the dots, and we also have another seam allowance at the top of 3/8 of an inch. For the first method of creating our bra cup, we're going to make use of this fabric and as well as this foam. It is a foam which is about 0.25 inches in thickness. We are also going to cover our foam on both sides with an interfacing. So this is our interfacing. Now we have gone ahead to cut the 3 pieces for our foam, as you can see right here. We have also transferred the notches from the pattern onto the foam. We have done the same thing also for all the pieces. Next, we also went ahead to cut the fabric using the fabric pieces, as you can see. We have also transferred the notches right here. Now make sure you don't skip this part in case the fabric pieces get mixed up. It can be easy for you to see how you're supposed to join them up, okay? Now there's a new trick that I've learned that makes sewing foam very easy. That is to use an interfacing on both sides of the foam. So I have cut 2 interfacing for each piece. Lay each pattern piece and cover it with an interfacing. Next, we're going to press the interfacing so that it sticks on the foam. Next, we place the interfacing on the other side. This is how our foam looks. So now here are the pattern pieces. We are going to start with the bottom pieces and sew them with a zigzag stitch around like so. Make sure the sides are corresponding. This is the zigzag stitch, as you can see. You can do the zigzag stitch for the second time if you think it's not strong enough. But in my case, I think it's quite strong. And then next, we're going to sew the top part. Next, we're going to use the bias to cover the zigzag stitch. We're going to place it like this. And then we're going to sew a line at the edge. And then also a line on this other side. Next, we are again going to close this zigzag stitch with a bias like that. This is how the bra cup looks. It's gorgeous, as you can see. Next, now we are going to join the fabric pieces. We are going to start with the bottom pieces again. Make sure that we have the notches. We sew around here using a seam allowance of 0.5 of an inch. Next, we're going to press this. We'll open it like so. We are going to make use of our tailor's hem. Next, we are going to sew the top piece with the bottom pieces. We are going to place the right sides facing each other like so. Before sewing it, we start by pinning the pieces. Next, we are going to sew around. This is how it looks. Next, we're going to press the seam like that. Next, we are going to get the foam, and then we take the fabric and we are going to place them right sides facing each other. Start by pinning everything together. Next, we sew around. Remember, the seam allowance now is 3/8 of an inch. So this is how it looks. We are going to flip over the fabric to the other side. This is where we fold the fabric. We just have to press it so that it stays in place.
My microphone went dead for a moment there. What I'm doing now is I'm pressing the top so that the fold is nice and neat. To finish off the bra cup, we're going to sew a seam around, which is 1/4 of an inch. We start by pinning around. Remember, the total seam allowance around is 1/2 inch, so for now we are only sewing using 1/4 of an inch. The rest of the seam allowance we're going to use when we're attaching the bra cup onto the corset. Take your time and sew around the bra cup. Make sure it's neat. Next, we press our bra cup around the seam, and our bra cup is gorgeous. Look at both the inside and the outside. Mwah! I really like.
For the second method of making our bra cup, we are going to make use of any fabric of our choice. like this one. And we're also going to make use of an inner for winter jackets. This is an inner that we normally use for making winter jackets or for making a bomber jackets. The end product of the second bra cup is going to look like this one. This is the wrong side and this is the correct side. What we have already done is that we have taken the foam pattern pieces and we have cut a fabric out of them, okay? So these are the foam pattern pieces, as you can see. And over here, we've already cut the fabric pieces. These are the fabric pieces which have a seam allowance all around. For now, we are going to put aside the fabric pieces. We're going to work on them later. So we are going to start by working with the foam pieces. We're going to fold the inner into two like I'm doing now, okay? So we have two pieces like that. And then we are going to place all the pieces, the foam pieces, that is, place them on the inner like that. And then next we are going to cut the inner, leaving some excess like that all around. Make sure you leave some excess for you to work with, okay? And then we do the same around the smaller pieces. So now we are going to start sewing. We are going to start by sewing a line at the edge of the fabric right here. We just push everything like so. Okay, this is how it looks. You see, we have controlled the interlining at the top. Next, we are going to sew another seam 3/4 of an inch right here. This is the wrong side. This is the correct side. I have noticed that this interlining is kind of thin. As a result, this piece is not thick enough. I think I need to add one more piece, so I'll have 3 pieces. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to take this pattern as it is and I'll put it on the interlining and I'm going to cut at that piece and then I'm going to sew it on top of the lines that I made earlier on and redo it all over again so that I can combine the pieces and make them 3. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I've just cut another piece and then I place this one like so. So this is how it's going to be. And then now I'm going to start sewing from the top, and I'll go on top of the lines that I've already sewn. So you can see that now our bra cup is thick enough. So we are now going to sew the rest of the pieces. This is how the interlining looks. We have already cut the third piece, so we now have 3 pieces of the interlining. We are then going to start sewing the lines. Make sure that the 2 notches are at the top and you go like that. So this is how this piece is. And then we are going to sew the last piece. It has 3 pieces also. We start at the top where there are 2 notches. So this is how the piece after sewing it together. This is the wrong side. Next we are going to cut off all the excess interlining, and we are going to remain with only the pieces that we are going to use. Now these are our bra cup pieces. We're going to make use of a zigzag stitch to join these pieces like so. I'm going to do the stitch again because I feel like it's not tight enough, especially at the center here. This is how it looks now. I think it's tight enough, you can see. This is the wrong side. Next we are going to attach the top piece. See how beautiful our bra cup is. It is so stylish and gorgeous. We are going to do another zigzag stitch to hold everything down. This is our bra cup. Next, we are going to press the bra cup on the tailor's hem to make sure it maintains a good shape. So this is the bra cup. After pressing it, you see the shape is nice now. It's beautiful. This is how it looks on the wrong side. I'm sure you can agree it is perfect. And I think this one is thicker than the form. I prefer this method compared to the other method of making a bra cup. Can you leave us a comment in the comment section and tell us which one is the best method for making the bra cup? So now we are going to cover the zigzag stitch with a bias like so, just like we did on the other one. And then next we are also going to cover this line with a bias like so. This is our beautiful bra cup. As you can see, this is the wrong side. We have already prepared the outer fabric. We have sewn it together. We have also pressed the seams open. And then we are going to pin the fabric in place. Next, we are going to sew around. Next, we flip over the fabric. This entirely depends on you. If you want, you can just fold everything over and let it be like so. But in my case, I think it's cute when it's like this. So now we are going to press the fabric to make sure it's nice and neat at the top. Okay, so this is the fabric after pressing it. So next we are going to sew a seam 1/4 inch around the edge up to this other end. So this is the final version of our bra cup. This is how it looks on the inside. It is really beautiful. So these are the two bra cups, as you can see. Can you quickly leave us a comment down below? Tell us which bra cup is your favorite. Is it this one or is it this one? For me, this is the most beautiful and it is stronger than this one. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe for such videos in future. Otherwise, God is our strength, and see you next time.